Overcoming any type of addiction can be very difficult, but our guest today, Richard Jensen, did just that, and now he shares his story with the hope to impact others. I had the opportunity to meet you earlier this week, which I had a pleasure to meet you earlier this week. Can you tell me a little bit about your story for those who don't know, and now what you're doing today?
Yeah, I spent 15 years in addiction, in and out of jail, and just caught in that web and that lifestyle for a lot of years. And 2003, got sober, got clean and sober through some, everything linked up at once, and I got it, and I stayed sober for some years, and I got into wrestling, and somewhere along the way, I got 12 years sober now, but somewhere along the way, about 8-9 years ago, I realized the value in what I'd been through and my story, and so I started traveling and speaking to youth, and it's a universal message for everybody, just being a better person and overcoming and that positive lifestyle choices. So yeah.
When did you realize that what you were doing was really harmful, not only to yourself but to others, and that you really needed to kind of change what you were doing?
Well, I noticed my boundaries started getting wider and wider over the years. You know, the integrity piece got it started getting wide, and I started doing things I hadn't thought about doing before, and it got real bad, and was getting real sick at the time, and in and out of jail more frequently, and I realized that I was getting to my bottom, and I was getting to that point where, I could be doing life someday. I wanted to get out.
And you talk a lot about, when you visit kids, about finding a passion that you're really, that's very important to you, and that for you was wrestling. Can you tell us a little bit about how that helped you overcome your struggle, and why you hope other kids find something that they're passionate about?
Absolutely. It's a huge focus for me, and about 3 years into being sober, clean and sober, I realized I needed something to hold on to. I needed something to focus on, something to set my goals and work towards for a more positive future. And so wrestling was for me. So I really nailed that home, that these kids need to grasp onto something that can keep them busy, something they're passionate about, interested in, something to help them stay focused and really find success and stay away from the peer pressures and the negative things that can easily trap them.
And what we're looking at right now is part of a documentary that ESPN did on your life. What did you get out of having to go through all those struggles again and kind of recount everything? And what did you get out of being a part of that?
Oh man, it was just a huge impact on me, and an inspiration to me that, one, the importance of the message, the importance of my story, and it really helped coach me into a position to find out if it was even possible that I could speak in a public setting. Great story, but can you speak? Can you deliver it? And it didn't take long to find out that I was passionate and positively driven, and that I could speak in a public setting, so I ran with it.
And you showed this whole this whole little feature as a part of a speaking engagement that you were at a school earlier this week, and people might not know that you're actually from Oregon, but you travel all across the country speaking to kids. What do you hope kids get out of hearing your story?
The biggest piece in it all is that I share the documentary. I'm very intimate, I'm very honest in my presentations, and I share the dangers, and I share my successes and what I'm about today. And what I hope that the kids get out of it is, hey, one, any one of us can be caught in a bad situation. Any one of us can be driven to addiction or other tough life choices, and that, they don't have to do it. I did it. This is what happens, and that they can build their own identity, make their own decisions, and be about something more positive in their life. And each and every one of them can far exceed anything I've ever done, because they have that opportunity ahead to them. And it's an educational piece. It really is. And every kid needs it.
And one thing that you also talk about is being a champion in life. Tell us a little bit about that, and what you hope kids be a champion in their life.
I love closing and letting them know there's kids and there's adults and there's people all over the country that are part of my team. It's much bigger than this moment, this second. It's being a champion in life, making positive decisions, setting goals, not using drugs, and really trying to find a way to move forward with positive lifestyle choices each and every day to be a better person. That's really what it's about. That's what it comes down to.
Well, Richard, we're so glad you were able to be here this afternoon and make time out of your busy schedule to be here this afternoon. And we'll have more information for anyone who wants to know on our website, WJFW.com, a link to your website, Lost Dreams Awaken, if anyone wants to find out more information.